What if I told you that with just $100, you could start investing today? I know, it sounds way too small to make a difference, right? But here's the twist. What if that $100 could snowball into something so much bigger? People ask me all the time, what is the best way for a beginner to start investing online with just $100? As a millionaire investor, it's a question I never get tired of, because honestly, most people overcomplicate it. So I decided to put my money where my mouth is. 4 years ago, I took $500 and spread it across 5 different investments that you can literally buy from your laptop. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how each one performed. We're going to judge them based on 5 key factors. First, the learning curve. How hard is it to get started? Second, passive income potential. Can it make you money while you sleep? Third, tax efficiency. How well does it help you keep more of your gains? Fourth, the risk level. What are the chances you could actually lose your money? And finally, the results. What my $100 in each investment is worth today. Just a quick heads up. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy sharing his personal experience. So please, always do your own research before you invest your hard-earned cash. Alright, let's dive in. First up, individual stocks. Buying a piece of a company you believe in sounds pretty exciting, doesn't it? But let's be real. Picking winning stocks isn't just a lucky guess. The learning curve here is high. You really have to dig into things like income statements, balance sheets, who's running the company, and what the brand is truly worth. I always invest with a 2 to 10 year horizon in mind. What about passive income? It's pretty good. You can make money in 2 ways, when the stock price goes up or when companies pay you dividends. Think of dividends as little paychecks you get just for owning the shares. And tax efficiency, it can be strong, but only if you use the right kind of account. In the US, a Roth IRA is a fantastic tool because it shields your profits from Uncle Sam. Now, let's talk risk. It's high. Very high. I remember during the dot-com boom, I scored big on some stocks. But others, they went straight to zero. That's the reality. If you pick the wrong one, you can lose everything. So, what happened with my $100? To make it interesting, I picked 20 random stocks by literally throwing a dart at a list while blindfolded. It landed on Samsung. 4 years later, that $100 shrank to just $67.76. That's a negative 32% return. Ouch. But here's the kicker. If that dart had landed on Apple, that same $100 would be worth $170 today. Microsoft, $188. And Nvidia, a mind-blowing $908. It just goes to show you how much of a gamble individual stocks can be. Next up, let's talk about REITs, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trusts. Think of it like this. Instead of saving up $300,000 to buy a building all by yourself, you and thousands of other people each chip in $100. Together, you collectively own properties and share the rental income. The learning curve is moderate. It's way easier than buying a physical property yourself. No mortgages, no realtors, no late-night calls about leaky and the passive income potential is great. By law, REITs have to pay out 90% of their profits to shareholders, so the dividend payments are usually strong and consistent. Tax efficiency is solid, especially when you hold them in a tax-advantaged account like a Roth IRA. What's the risk? I'd say it's medium. It's definitely safer than owning just one single property, but your investment is still tied to the ups and downs of the real estate market. So, how did my $100 in a REIT do? Today, it's worth $98.59, so it dipped slightly. But and this is important, I also earned $11.93 in dividends. That means I'm actually up 10.5% overall. It's not flashy, but it's steady. Third on our list is crypto, digital money that exists outside of banks and governments. It sounds like the future, right? Bitcoin was the single best performing asset of the past decade. But let's be clear. Crypto is a wild, wild west. It can make people millionaires, and it can wipe them out in a matter of months. The learning curve is moderate. You'll need to set up a digital wallet, pick an exchange like Coinbase, and get a handle on what's called tokenomics. Basically, the supply versus demand for a specific coin. Bitcoin, for example, has a limited supply, which is why some people call it digital gold. Passive income. It's possible, but it's tricky. You can stake coins like Ethereum or try something called yield farming to earn interest. But the risks are very high. If the platform you're using fails or your coin's value tanks, your money could disappear. Tax efficiency. It's poor. Pretty much everything you do with crypto is a taxable event, and you can't use tax-sheltered accounts like a Roth IRA to protect your gains. And the risk. Extremely high. Prices can swing by thousands of % in a short time. Plus, scams and hacks are unfortunately very common in this space. So, what happened to my $100 in Bitcoin? Today, it's worth $652.24. That's a 552% gain. Absolutely amazing. But you have to remember, this is rare. Not all coins perform like Bitcoin. Many more crash and burn. It's the ultimate high-risk, high-reward play. Fourth, we have gold. The classic safe haven investment. For centuries, gold has been used to protect wealth. The learning curve is low. You can buy physical gold coins or, much more easily, just invest in a gold ETF online with a few clicks. Passive income. 0. Gold doesn't pay dividends. It doesn't generate cash flow. It just sits there, hopefully holding its value. Tax efficiency is decent. In some places, certain gold coins are exempt from capital gains tax, and gold ETFs can be held in a Roth IRA. The risk level is medium. Gold is known for being steady and protecting your purchasing power against inflation, but it's not going to skyrocket like a hot tech stock. It's a shield, not a sword. My $100 in gold, today it's worth $140.10. That's a 40% return. Slow and steady, a good protector, but not a massive wealth builder. Finally, we arrive at my personal favorite, index funds. This is the one I recommend to friends and family all the time. With one single investment, you can own tiny pieces of hundreds of America's biggest and best companies. Think Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all bundled together in an index. Like the S&P 500, the learning curve here is incredibly low. You just buy the fund. That's it. No stressful stock picking required. Passive income is moderate. You'll get some dividends from all the companies held within the fund. Tax efficiency, excellent, especially inside a Roth IRA or a 401k. And the risk, it's low compared to picking individual stocks. Because you're so diversified across hundreds of companies, if one or two have a bad year, it doesn't sink your whole portfolio. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 8 to 10% per year over the long term. So, how did my $100 in an S&P 500 index fund do? It's now worth $179.57. That's a return of nearly 80%. It wasn't as explosive as crypto, but it was far more consistent and way less stressful. So, what's the final verdict after 4 years? As you can see, each option has its pros and cons. Individual stocks can make you rich, or they can make you broke. REITs give you a steady stream of income, but can sometimes stall. Crypto's an absolute roller coaster, a thrilling ride with a lot of risk. Gold is your safe shield against uncertainty, and index funds. They're the steady, reliable engine that just keeps building your wealth year after year. But you know what the biggest lesson from all of this is? It's to start early. Even a small amount like $100, if invested wisely, can grow into a massive sum over the decades. Time is your true secret weapon in the world of investing. So, what about you? After seeing these results, which one would you try with your first $100? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you have a friend who is always thinking about investing but has never actually started, share this video with them. And of course, hit that subscribe button. If you want to learn more practical ways to grow your wealth, because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Thanks for watching.